Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, keep breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes King, 2 gold in the building, bro. What is good, my guy?
Man, what is good, man? That it's a Sunday night, man. It's a hood report, man. We chilling with the people.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, the weather. Then we had one good week of good, warm 70 to 80-degree weather.
Mhm.
Within a drop of a dime,
Yeah.
drop back down to that 40s and 50s with the rain.
Bro, you know how that Cleveland weather do, man. You know that Midwest terrain.
Scandalous.
Yes, sir.
Scandalous.
Yes, sir. I mean, hey, look, Leo says franchise is the multi-champ in the building, man. Come on, you know what it is. You know, I'm defending across all
You see,
promotions. Kitty Omega ain't got nothing on the 29-year-old piece of gold and King Too Cold. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you know what it do. Know what it do. What's good, Leo?
Leo, what's happening? Hey man, look, we missed y'all, man. We missed y'all, but the king and the tribal chief. We had some things to tend to this week, so we couldn't come to you live and direct on Friday. But don't you worry, because we always gonna do what we do and make it up to you. With that being said, all right, man. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna give y'all the hood report. So we're not gonna be long-winded about Smackdown and Rampage. We're just gonna give y'all the important stuff, the meat and potatoes, if you will. And yeah, man, we're gonna go from there. But with that being said, King, man, you ready to rock and roll?
Man, I'm ready to rock, man. And you know what, man? We gotta make sure, man. We talk about Mickey James, man, and everything
Yeah.
that's going on with her, man. We gotta make sure we shout out to that too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, speaking of Mickey James, she has relinquished the Impact Knockouts Championship due to injury and not being able to get cleared by the doctors. So it will be Jordan Grace and Deonna Purrazzo. They will do battle to see who is going to be the one to be crowned
That was
again.
today, wasn't it? Or
You know what? What's
yesterday?
today? Friday. Oh, you know what? It might have been today. It might have been
Might have
today.
been today.
So you know what? We're actually gonna keep up with the actually, you know what? Let me while we talking about that, I'm gonna look at the results while we're talking about that. But we got Mickey James, man. Yeah, so Leo says, and they are the main event
Yeah.
today. So Leo did, so he
Okay,
confirmed
cool.
that they're the main event today.
Okay.
Really quick, man. So Mickey James, bro. We interviewed her a couple months ago, back when she was on promoting the last rodeo. Um, you and I, along with a lot of other people, I don't think necessarily thought she was going to beat Jordan Grace and reclaim that Impact Knockouts World Championship, and then she did,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see her have to relinquish the belt and not be able to defend it on her terms,
Right.
seemingly hinting at possibly hanging it up as she left, her hat in the ring. Um, Bro, if this is the end of the road for Mickey James, man, what are your thoughts on the legendary career of Miss Hardcore Country?
My thoughts are, well, first and foremost, one hell of a career.
Yeah,
Uh, because she got to have a second resurgence of a
yeah,
career. She was in she went back to WWE, and then she was just kind of she was just there. She was a
right, right, right,
placeholder. I mean, they would let you know she was a 6-time WWE Women's Champion, but and she had a couple of title defenses, but it really wasn't much of it in WWE. Her
right, right,
going
right.
to NWA and then shooting that from there to Impact and just reclaiming those women's titles and just kind of just reminding people, man, who she is, and
Yeah,
that's been awesome to see. She's had some great matches. We were live for the was it the Texas Death Match she had with
hmm,
Peraza and Dallas last year for Hard to Kill.
yes, sir.
So we saw that live and up front. So
Right, right,
we
right.
we got to see we got to see Mickey, reaching her bag and do what she can do.
Yeah,
Uh, and it's unfortunate, for what happened, understanding, this is what this business does.
yeah,
Years of just, putting your body through a lot of stuff. And even for Mickey, I feel like she was, and we kind of had this conversation. I feel like she's gone harder in the
yeah.
latter part of her wrestling career.
Hmm.
So, for that and just, but again, to still be that veteran, to still be relevant, which is always key to, to still be that hot
Right.
commodity. And then, even to show back up into WWE in the Royal Rumble as the Impact Women's Champion.
Yeah.
She got to have some really, really cool, awesome moments, man, at the latter end of her career. Not to say that's short from what she's done previously, because again, like I said, she was already a 6-time champion, and she was a previous knockout champion. After she left WWE the first time, and
Right.
then went to Impact and that. So she has a career, of winning the top gold in whatever company she's goes into, and she's always been a stable. So it's
Mhm.
just been an honor to really just be able to continue to watch her do her thing, man, and be hard for her.
Speaking of, wrestling and legends and returns and resurgences and all right, so I talked to you. Well, actually, I texted you. I think a day or two ago. I let you know that AEW is adding yet another
Yeah,
show to the
man.
lineup, and it will be allegedly centered around CM Punk. The rosters will kind of be split to a degree, and it will be called AEW Collision, which is going to be a Saturday night show.
Collision. Yeah, collision.
Yeah, so uh, a lot of mixed reactions because this is the one thing we said a few years ago that we wished and hoped AEW didn't do. We've seen the amount of television programming WWE's producing, and it's hard to keep up. And the one thing we feared was one, the amount of airtime each shows, these AEW will have during the week. Also, considering the fact that they really don't do a lot of pay-per-views, we like the current format they had. And then you add in this reality TV show they got as well following Dynamite. So you figure on TV right now, you got Dynamite, Rampage, you got the reality show, and
Right.
then you're going to have Collision. That's four just on TV. Not to mention you got Dark and Elevation and all of that. That's on YouTube. And then you got Ring of Honor. So what? That's 7 shows right now you got going on. That's just on AEW side. Then of course on WWE,
Yeah.
nobody really watches the main event, but you got main event, you got NXT, you got Raw, and you got SmackDown, and that's not including none of the pay per views for neither show, neither company, I should say, bro. Do you think? Oh, and then on top of that, apparently Collision is a 2 hour show, so you got a 2 hour Dynamite, 2 hour Collision, a 1 hour
Yeah.
Rampage,
I,
and then I know you're gonna probably throw in the Battle of the Belts and other TV specials. Man, what are your thoughts on this, man?
um, I'm with the people.
Yeah.
As far as the conflicting feelings about it,
Hmm.
because what we already said, well, even though they would be going head to head direct competing with them,
Yeah.
maybe they should add an extra hour to Rampage and
Hmm.
just have it come on at 9 o'clock.
Right.
And you just run your first hour. I mean, TK. I mean, for a lot of the times when Rampage comes on, what does he have on? He usually has on his biggest and best match.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not you can still kind of do that, but come on an hour early. We
Hmm.
talked about that. But he doesn't want to come on when they come on, and I get that too.
Right. Right. Right.
Uh, Now putting this show on, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this would be a Sunday show, but
Mm.
Sunday is such a horrible time to really want to put a TV show on,
And don't forget
especially at
football.
that time slot.
Yeah.
Well, not just football, but you have baseball, Sunday night baseball.
Yep.
You
Yep.
have the playoffs and other stuff that's going on. You have TV shows that come on that people are going to watch between that time slot. So you're really like Sunday through I say Sunday through Thursday is really more of the prime time TV slots for a
Right.
lot of
Right.
TV
Right.
shows that a lot of people watch. So Sunday seems more ideally because it's at least it's a day away from Rampage,
Yeah.
and it gives it a couple of days before Dynamite. Like I don't
Hmm.
know, I feel like that you can't do Monday. Obviously, for obvious reasons, we don't want you to
Right.
do Monday.
Right. Right. Right.
You can do Tuesday, but that's right before Dynamite, so you shouldn't do that. So honestly, if you're gonna do something, I would figure you would just take Rampage and give it another hour. Now the question would be, would you keep it Friday night or would you move that to like Saturday? then I think then that would be different. I think it would be different because you just shifted the show instead of adding a whole nother show. But this show is supposed to be more of the C less, the C level guys.
Yeah,
Uh, I guess it's giving more of the revolution and dark people more opportunity on live TV.
right, right,
I
right,
don't know what they expect for the ratings. That's the thing for me. Like, what do you expect from, what do you think you're gonna get on this on a Saturday night? Now,
right,
again, not every Saturday night is a banger night, but most
right.
Saturday nights, man, a lot of people are out kicking it or something going on. So I will Leo, he's saying maybe Rampage gets cut and Battle of the Belts. I mean, Battle of the Belts is an every now and then thing, so I don't
Right.
see that going anywhere. Uh, that's just an hour of where champions defend their belts on TV.
Yeah.
Uh, you can make it a little bit more serious, maybe more legit, give it a little more storyline. But I don't know, man. I'm conflicted like everyone else. I just
Yeah.
really I'm not really sure how we're gonna. I don't even know how the hell we're gonna do this, man. Just by them adding that, I don't even know if we would do a review show for that show. We have to talk that out. But I'm conflicted with everyone else.
All right, man. So now that we got a little bit of that out the way, oh man, I feel like
Mhm.
King Tuco right now in my chair that can move and do this and all that. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
love
get
this.
comfortable, man. Man,
I
we might
love
as well be
this.
comfortable, man, while we're talking to the people,
You
man.
know what? I feel like I want to talk to you forever in this chair. All right.
Hey,
So,
man, all right, man. Your wife gonna yell at me because you fell asleep.
hey, look, she should have gave me the chair. All right. So, all right. So let's talk
That's
about, man, a little bit of SmackDown. All right, bro. So,
man for sure, man.
of course, we got the WWE roster split, the draft that will take place on April 28th and will continue through the May 1st episode of Raw. We got Xavier Woods defeating LA Knight
I
via
thought they
pin.
were doing it after. I thought
I,
they were
I,
doing it right after Backlash.
so I thought it was supposed to be Backlash too, but I'm looking online right now. They actually said this got changed to the 28th of April. So next
Oh, okay.
week or the Monday next, so the next Friday after.
So it's before Backlash.
Yeah, before Backlash. So
Oh wow.
it'll start on the SmackDown and then it'll end on May 1st. And I believe Backlash is I think that
Fifth. It's
following.
the it's the
Okay,
fifth or
so
the
so
sixth
so so it's right before Backlash. So I'm assuming the roster effects will take place that first Monday after
after Backlash. All
after
right.
Backlash. Yep. All right, then let's see what else we have. We got Gunther and Woods had a verbal altercation backstage, setting up a future Intercontinental Championship match. We got Damian Priest defeating Santos Escobar. We got Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. They granted Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville a shot at their women's tag team championships. We got that boy Shinsuke Nakamura who made his return. Nakamura. Damn, I'm just saying that as he defeated Madcap Moss. And then we got the Viking Raiders, Eric, Ivar, Valhalla, blindsided by Braun Strowman and Ricochet backstage. And then that was pretty much that for the night, man. So nothing special. We ended up getting a segment in the ring, man. We got Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They were confronted by Jay Uso, Jimmy
The
Uso,
Usos.
Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, and my boy Paul Heyman, man, he playing the season. Long story short, he said that them boys will lose them titles, speaking to Sami Zayn and KO, because, quote, the tribal chief is getting sick of you two. And as he said that, the
And
Usos
this
were
is going to be on the night of the draft. That's what made me think it was going to be after Backlash. But I'm like, nah, that would be kind of stupid. But you
yeah.
could have just had the title match on Backlash. So that makes more sense that it'd be on the 28th because
And,
they said they're going to fight the night of the draft.
and then when Paul Heyman said that, the Usos were, of course, looking straight ahead. They weren't actually paying attention to Paul, but Paul was looking dead in the back of the Usos, letting them know, hey, Roman tired of y'all asses. And then, of course, we got, Paul over the last few weeks planting the
Tired of
seeds for
their
Solo
asses.
Sikoa, planting the seeds for Solo, and Solo saying, hey, look, man, hey, problems gonna get solved one way or the other. So okay, now we really kind of starting to stir the pot a little bit, man. Too cold. All right. I don't know why. Call me a pessimist. Call me a pessimist. But
Mhm.
how do we see the bloodline getting affected, if at all, with this upcoming draft?
Um, I could see the Usos either getting split up or getting put to another show. but that's not going to matter because Roman's still the undisputed champion. So he he can be on either show, whichever show they gonna be on. So that's not
Right,
gonna
right,
be an
right.
issue. Solo could get drafted to another show, but he may be on the same show as either his brothers or Roman.
Mm-hmm.
So either way it go, I think there'll be I think part of the bloodline will get split up or drafted to
Right.
another show. Um, as far as the show itself, I like that Xavier Woods because it's just him. There's no Kofi. There's no Big
Yeah.
E. It's time for you, bro. There's no tag team for you,
Yeah.
and I don't want to see you tag with anybody else. Like I just don't want to see you be stuck in that. Like there's no excuse for you now to be on Xavier's singles title run, or at least just be on your own little singles run.
Right, right,
And
right.
we know he's gonna. We Xavier Woods the same way I look at the Miz. Regardless of stature of where they're at as far as their popularity, I look at their in ring, and their in ring has definitely gotten better over the years to where
Yeah.
they are solid in ring workers. So I'm not actually down on Gunther slash Walter going up against Xavier Woods for the IC title. It's
Yeah.
different. It's what we want to see of Xavier. We want to see Xavier get these opportunities, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he can give he'll give Walter a little bit of run of a money, but don't get me wrong. You know, Walter gonna put them paws on him.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
He gonna slap them paws on him.
Yes, sir.
He gonna make that black taco meat. Boy,
Pause.
he gonna make that fully
Pause.
cooked.
Pause it.
Hey, that's gonna be some fully cooked taco meat, man, on that
Uh,
boy chest, man. He gonna slap the shit out of Xavier, man. But I'm not mad about that, so I'm looking forward to that.
he gonna hit him with that Austrian
Escobar,
skillet.
man, for real, man. He gonna cook it up Cajun style. Uh, I Escobar, man, I'm disappointed because I feel like my man should be getting some wins. Uh, Judgment Day, yeah, you know what? In a way, Judgment Day was taking a lot of losses. Now they're getting a
Yeah.
lot of wins. Uh, I don't want to see Phantasma slash LWO. I don't want to see them dip off because they're taking losses.
Right.
Where I want them. I don't want them to fall off too much. They're a
Right.
talented group. There's something there that you can do with them, especially with the amount of people you have and all the factions and all that stuff. So I want them to be able to still be kept credible. Uh, but I'm getting a little worried, just a
Mm.
little worried, just a little worried. But I understand the assignment. So Judgment Day is kind of like on the run right now until they
Mm-hmm.
decide to do what they're going to do and somehow, some way, finally end this this Rey Mysterio Edge Bad Bunny rivalry that they got going on. But we know it's not going to end until Dom and Ray have another match and Dom wins, which I know we're going to get. I feel like we're going to get it. If not at Money in the Bank, we're going to get it at SummerSlam. We're going to get Ray versus Dom part two.
You know what's crazy? Call me crazy. I can actually see this going to WrestleMania 40.
I
If you do it
a
correctly,
rubber match, I can see that.
yes,
But
yeah.
I don't know. But that time frame again, we just watched that SummerSlam from WrestleMania time frame. I don't know if people going to want to go through that a, a second year in a row. That's why I'm thinking if anything, I'm thinking maybe by Survivor Series. Like if it goes past SummerSlam, I'm thinking maybe Survivor Series. I'm not even sure if it goes back to another WrestleMania.
Okay.
I'm either Survivor Series or maybe Royal Rumble. But I feel like you got to tie it off at some point.
Before we hop on over to AEW, I want to talk to you really quick. The hot topic, man, has been Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
A lot of people, now that we've had a few weeks since WrestleMania, the big match
and the squash.
between Cody and Roman, and then of course Brock whooping his ass on Monday Night Raw. I've been thinking about it more and more.
Mm-hmm.
As much, oh my god, as much as I wanted
Say
Cody to win, as much as I wanted Cody to win at WrestleMania, um, looking back at it, and I hate to give WWE their credit, but I have to. They made the right decision in this moment, and I say that to say this: do I feel like you got other people that's been there, like a Seth Rollins, that should have been in that spot?
A Drew
Absolutely.
McIntyre,
A Drew McIntyre.
a
Absolutely.
Bobby Lashley.
Uh, Lastly, too, hell, Kevin Owens at one point, but now you got him and Sami Zayn. You could have did something with Jay, but that's clearly going to be later, depending on how they go with Solo. Um,
Yeah.
Looking back at it, the one thing that keeps simmering in my brain is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. I keep replaying this scenario over and over again. I go back to
Mm-hmm.
Bianca Belair when she first got caught up and she seemed lost in the shuffle on the main roster, didn't win the NXT Women's Championship, had a very lackluster SmackDown Women's Championship, and now she's making history as the Raw Women's Champion. It should be Asuka. And I think we all kind of figure, hey, look, Asuka was going to be the one to break the streak, and she didn't. And look what kind of starter Rhea and Bianca have become. Now with Cody Rhodes, he needs to have some adversity. You know, and I know a lot of people gonna be like, okay, well, what more adversity could he have? He was Stardust. He left WWE. He bet on himself. He started a rival promotion. Took that as far as he could take it at the time. Came back a bigger star than ever. True, but I still feel like to a degree, you can't just put the belt on him just because he's been hot for a few months coming back to WWE. I mean, yeah, true. Like the fans are behind him now, but I think you need to have some true adversity. Because here's the thing: this is what I'm thinking. When you go back to that match and you hear how many people cheered when Roman won, that showed me how fickle the fans can be. Because everybody that's online bitching and complaining about Cody should have won when Roman got the 1, 2, 3. Everybody in that arena stood up and cheered for Roman. So I would have hated, and I thought it would have been a travesty if Cody would have won and he would have got that John Cena effect where either everybody booed him or he got half cheers or half boos. I feel like he needs to go through a guy like a Brock Lesnar whooping his ass. And I feel like he needs to kind of earn it to a degree. I do think he should be the one to beat Roman, but I don't think WrestleMania, looking back at it, this one was the time. What are your thoughts on that?
Uh, I don't disagree with you,
Yeah.
because I do feel like that Cody, uh, as good as Cody has made himself, as bigger
Yeah.
in name and stature that
Mm-hmm.
Cody has made himself since leaving WWE.
Yes.
You got to give props to it. Uh, but Vince can't allow for someone, even for Cody, who even started out there, come
Yeah.
in and beat Roman Reigns. Now,
Yeah.
part of the problem with what you're saying is that we only wanted Cody to go after one belt,
Yeah.
where it felt safe that Cody would win. And why would it feel safe?
Yeah.
Because of the reason why Cody was going after the WWE championship.
Now, if he was going
So
for the one
even
belt, I agree wholeheartedly. You should have pulled the trigger. But if you're gonna
yeah,
go for the two, I, I,
then
I
then I can understand it. And the reason I can understand it is because honestly, and it's been the one thing I've always said. Even though I felt because he was red hot, I could see them putting on because of the story. I could see
yeah,
them putting the time because of this and that. I could see them doing it. But the one thing that kind of left it kind of like not 100% was like, but do I really believe Cody's good enough to beat Roman Reigns? Like, do I really think this Cody? Like, I already get cringed on some of the stuff Cody does in the ring.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
you know how I feel about some of the stuff he
yeah,
does. So it's like, man, can I just that? But he also had that John Cena never give up kind of factor to it, which
mm-hmm.
is why he started getting booed in AEW. So it wasn't the fact that fans turned on him in AEW. It was the fact that, okay, Cody, you giving us this good guy. I'm for the fans. I'm for the business, and we appreciate you for it, man. But we're ready to see character development. We got it from the rest of the elite. Why were you the only one refusing to do it?
Right,
And
right,
that
right.
is what helped kind of push him out the door. Yeah, he took his opportunity to win, and we said that. We said, "Yo, man, if no one else doesn't see this for him as an opportunity to prove to Vince that he's bigger than what Vince thought he was, then
Right.
you're a fool because you're being truly blind to what it is. You're just being overexert to them starting a new company. You got to see the bigger picture in it. And what happened? He asked for too much in AEW,
Right, right,
so
right,
therefore Tony would not match it, knowing Tony wasn't going to match it, and
right.
which Tony shouldn't have matched it. That's the thing. Tony shouldn't have matched it because if Cody had got that contract and stayed, man, he'd be on another. He'd be winning the TNT Championship and would have held it for uh how long is Roman the champion? Almost 1,000 days. Cody would have been a TNT champion for like almost 1,000 days. So
Right,
it's
right,
like,
right.
and that was kind of the thing that was also playing a negative against him. So when
Yeah.
you look at kind of all of that, the way he came in, like I said, he should not have beaten Seth Rollins 3 times. There's no way, there's no way Cody beat Seth Rollins 3 straight times.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. Even if for the hell of effort he put for Hell in a Cell, if Seth had rocked out with the win, I wouldn't have been mad at it. I'd
It actually
accepted
would
it.
have made
Like,
sense. Yeah.
right, it's like, bro, like you, and he wouldn't have lost anything from that. Like, dude, you still came through and fought the fight
Yeah.
with this torn pec. What you got this ugly ass bruise on your chest, bro, and you still did what you did in this match. Like,
Right.
bro, if you'd have lost, there's no love lost for you. Like, bro, guts, grit, whatever you want to say. All right,
Yeah.
cool. It's there, you man. Like, get yourself healthy, get back. Let's see what else happens. And we kind of saw
Right.
that, but even when he got back, it was lackluster. He came back for the Rumble, he won, cool. But when he came back, it was lackluster. It really wasn't. His matches weren't exciting. Like, again, man, Cody's offense is not the greatest, but the moves, like, dude, you're not a high flyer. And some of the moves that he do. What up, Fro? Oh, congratulations, Fro, baby girl. Congratulations, bro.
Fro
Uh,
with the baby.
uh,
Fro.
uh it was it just still it lacked something.
Yeah.
So even though we were upset because I think we were all just like, okay, Cody's gonna win. He's gonna be able to claim the championship. He's gonna split the championships. That's the reason why we're all feeling the way we, because we were waiting for the split of the
Yeah.
championships. All right, whatever you want to call it, it goes back to SmackDown. Cody got it goes back to Raw. We get a draft. We see the roster for what it is. You redraft, you split things up, you give us a new matchup. We were all looking ahead to what we thought we should have gotten, and
Yeah.
we didn't get that. And now, like you said, when you look at it, bro, I kind of agree too, man. Cody shouldn't have won it, but he needed. I guess he needs what Brock Lesnar did to him. He needs to get his ass whooped
Yeah.
and show that grit. That's why even though there's reports saying that LA Knight may be a possible winner of the Money in the Bank,
Yeah.
I'm thinking Cody may get it. And if he don't get it, man, I wouldn't be mad if Seth found a way to somehow get it again. But
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially
they
if you
you still haven't played on that. But since the transition of the tribal chief and the transition of the Monday Night Messiah, we have not gotten these two in a match yet for the gold. And
yeah,
there's nowhere else for Seth
yeah,
Rollins to go but to Roman Reigns. We need to get that, man. Like, we need, especially where they're at right now, two
yeah.
different characters of who they are. And we know, come on, man, this would be a match people will go crazy for. Even I think crazier than Cody versus Roman.
I mean, and you got to think about it too. You know, it was Seth Rollins who first turned on Roman Reigns, and then you got Sami Zayn that turned on Roman Reigns. Okay, Sammy and Roman, they ran their course. Now Sammy and KO working on the bloodline. That's cool. But now you still got to pay that off for Seth Rollins, because you remember when Roman and Seth was on SmackDown for a brief second. You know, they played into that. You know, so we still got to tie that off.
Yeah,
And if there's anybody that deserves to be in the ring with Roman Reigns, of course it's Seth Rollins. I mean, come on, he's a freaking architect. The guy literally carried Raw for about a year and a half, you know, on his back.
two
And if
years,
you,
3 years.
yeah,
He carried it for a while until they got injured.
Exactly. And then if you're going to talk about it too, honestly, man, we still talk about that Iron Man match to start off the year with him and John Cena, a few years back. So we definitely got to get a man his credit and all that. So I definitely would love to see Seth. There's no reason, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, have been going 5+ years without a world title. That to me seems absolutely ridiculous. I mean, when you look at, I guess the last
Yeah,
3 years, they've been pushing the holy hell out of Roman. So that's John Cena 2.0. I guess you got Cody trying to be John Cena 3.0. But hey, look, that's that. Let's talk a little bit of AEW, man, because we 30 minutes in already. Let's see, bro. You want me to pass it to you?
Yeah, man. I mean, it wasn't much for Rampage, man. The best friends fought Aussie Open for the IWGP tag team titles. Not a bad match. Nice to see, the best friends get some title opportunities, but we're
Yes,
still
sir.
waiting for them to finally get some gold. And I think maybe we'll finally get that moment coming soon. Yeah, you loud. Whatever. And then of course we had a promo, Briscoe with Jay Lethal and Sonjay Dutt and them. And he don't really seem like he's like I don't think he really feel like he made the right decision getting in with them, but we'll see what that turns into. Of course, FTR, the newly crowned AEW tag team champions. Of course, they came out to show their appreciation to the fans and whatnot, and they let us know, man, they're gonna continue to do what they've been doing,
Yeah.
which obviously is what we expect. Then of course the Hardys are back. Jeff's back. They're free from the firm. They're not a part of that anymore, man. So the Hardy Boys and everybody's back. They're on their own. They're doing their thing. We'll see what comes of it. Again, I'm still skeptical of the Jeff Hardy, being back.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, The feel, and we talked about this, the
Yeah.
feel of the Hardy Boys when they first, when Jeff first arrived in AEW, and where we saw that thing and how that thing could end it, and where it was setting up.
Right,
It
right.
already had people at such a high that right now, I'm 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 very doubtful, man, that they can get us back there for one more Hardy run. If there's another Hardy run to have, I don't think you could have had a better moment than what was being set up,
Right, right.
especially with the Young Bucks, because they won the titles specifically to fight the Hardys for the AEW championships.
Yeah.
So people we already had our predictions on what that was going to be. I don't know if they can get us back there again, and I don't know what the direction is going to be. So again, it's still going to be a wait and see as far as that with Jeff Hardy.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course, Warlow talking that talk about Hobbs. They're going to have their TNT title match. Then, of course, man, Jay Lethal and them, they beat down on some jabronis. They won, but Briscoe wasn't really with it. He's really being a goody good two shoe. I wonder
Yeah.
if that's because of him being on Dynamite. But I kind of want to see the bad guy that I know that he can be, but there may be a method to the madness of why he's not that right now. So we'll wait to see what that's going to be. Of course, they gave us a video package of what happened to Don Callis and the Hangman and the Elite with the Blackpool Combat Club that's done to them. And again, every time I see that deep gash on Don Callis's forehead, man. Every time I see
Yeah.
the trainer open it up, it's like, my dude, your brain's about to spill out. Like
Yeah.
it's like, dude, hey man, I see your thoughts. Like literally, I see your thoughts. But that's a and it's just as long when you really look at it, you see how long that
Yeah.
that cut is on his like, damn, dude, that's got to be aggravated as hell.
Yeah.
It's stitched up and it's healing like you can barely, you barely want to move your muscles in your head or scratch
Yeah.
your head or put a hat or anything, man. You barely want to touch. You probably got a splitting ass headache. I kind of feel for Don Callis, even though every time I see him, he makes me want to punch the shit out of him. But they videoed that. We got Ty Valkyrie versus M Soraka. Uh, in which not a bad battle, man. I think this was Ty Valkyrie's most uh brutal fight. Because Sakura, I'm sorry, M Sakura, she definitely she brought them hands. And she damn sure put them all over Ty Valkyrie. It was a cool match, nothing too crazy. Obviously, Jay has gotten to the boiling point to where now they finally gotten physical. Jay got the better end of it. She stood tall as the TBS champion. bro, are you still hot for this? Is this something you still want to see? Ty Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship.
Yeah, I know I said this before. I go on record to say again. I felt like the woman to beat Jade is Chris Statlander. Don't know where she is on the timetable to come back. Taya Valkyrie is honestly, man. Taya Valkyrie is the hottest free agent you've brought in for the women's division in a long time, and I'm talking about that's including Saraya, that's including Tony Storm, that's including
Yeah.
Ruby Soho. I know she didn't have the greatest of runs in NXT or whatever WWE. It is what it is. I mean, hey, look, everybody ain't meant for the WWE. It is what it is.
Not
But
everybody get to have good solid runs either.
exactly. I mean, because look at Shinsuke. We know what he was before the main roster. So I mean, come on, Finn Balor. We knew what he was before his, after his,
Oscar.
Oscar. Up until
Yeah.
recently. So I'm not going to judge Taya Valkyrie based on that, but to see what she's done at every other promotion since and before, yeah. I mean, to me, she's got a lineage, multi-time women's champion, badass, and to me, physically, there's very few women. When you look at the AEW women's roster, you look okay. Jade Cargill is an opposing woman, even for a lot of men on the roster. She has an opposing stature. So it's like, her running 55, 56, 57 and 0 outside of Chris Statlander, maybe a Nyla Rose, maybe a Jamie Hayter, but Jamie's got her own build, and a few others. You really don't see anybody that's viable to stop this woman that's damn near, 60 and 0. Taya Valkyrie's that one. And she's been very protected since she came back to AEW. So it's like they had her kind of in the mix, but not in the mix. So I think right now, if you're going to pull the trigger, it better be Taya Valkyrie, because if it's not Taya Valkyrie and it ain't Chris Statlander coming back no time soon, bro, you might as well just go ahead and just make her the forever champion, because at this point, it ain't even no point of defending the title, because she ain't going to lose it, bro.
Somebody's got to beat her.
Yeah.
Somebody will beat her. We just don't know who yet. Well, we got our thoughts, but we don't know if it's official yet.
Right.
Next up, man, we got again one of probably the worst rap battles ever.
Yeah. Hey, Tuco, you want to know what makes Daddy franchise nipples hard?
Hearing your boy try to rap with a purple hat on.
Hey, straight bugle alert.
Oh my god, man, this was terrible, dude.
Bro, what's going
this
on?
was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna try to repeat nothing that was said. Like, that's how terrible it was. But they ended up fighting.
Yeah.
Basically gonna set up a 6-man trios match next week on Dynamite, man. As the resident rapper on the show.
Put me on the spot. Hey, I am a wrestling analyst in this current moment in time.
I got to.
Oh my god.
How did you feel about this? Even though I already know your answer. Oh man.
Once upon a time, I made a statement about speakers over beats and talkers over mics. We revisited that thought this past Friday.
The conversation has returned.
Yeah, man.
Oh
it was tough. It was tough on both sides. They claimed been on the road, but man, this one was. It was bad, but I will be remiss if I didn't say I was a tad bit entertained. Just a tad bit.
Like, it was so bad.
It was so goofy, dude. Like, I couldn't help but to, like, all right, you know what? I saw it for what it was. Like, I didn't look too much into it. It wasn't as worse as the guns coming out to many men. So,
All right, man. That's it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it looked it raw, but it's just like, but it was YouTube. Like, if that interest was FTR or
Right.
Luther, if that interest was anybody else, it's like, you know what, that was kind of cool. But it was YouTube. YouTube, no.
YouTube. Like,
what?
YouTube.
No, not the two of you guys. No, not at all. No,
never. Why?
Ever. Shit. Oh man. So yeah, it was what it was. But again, like I said, it set up the trios match, man. And then of course, Sean Spears. Not gonna lie, bro. I don't know how I missed this. I did not see. I did not see he was fighting Jungle Boy. I'm like, whoa, where did they pull him out of? Like, where the fuck did
Bro, you know,
where
bro,
did
they pulled
Sean
him out of
Spears come from?
catering. Out of catering.
WWE's catering? Because I didn't even think he was in the back of AEW's, bruh.
Well, don't forget he's got a new baby too.
Oh, so okay, so he's okay. Then you know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna mess with Sean Spears.
Yeah.
It was good to see him back. Jungle Boy picked up the victory. Again, you got the pillars. So we're gonna focus on the pillars.
Yes, sir.
Man, right now, man, Tony's got his guys looking great.
Yes, sir.
I mentioned this and I said I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't what happens at the pay-per-view by just what they're doing. They're building up Sammy, they're building up Jungle Boy, they're building up Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
Fatal 4-way, AEW Championship, the four pillars. I'm sold on it. I'm good with it. I expect it to be the match of the night. Like I'm putting too much expectation on it, and we ain't even got there with it. But that's how I feel about these four working in this ring, and you're putting them in the biggest spot that you could ever put these four guys in. You're putting them in the championship match, which, and again, nothing's been made official. Okay, nothing's been made official, people. I'm just shooting my wrestling fantasy fanboy over here.
Right.
The four pillars, fatal 4-way AEW championship match. I'm for it. I'm pretty damn sure you're for it. Talk to the people, man.
Nah, man, bro. Look, we said this from Jump Street, right? Ever since day one, when AEW was the first sibling in their roster, and they were still trying to get their feet wet before we had Bryan Danielson, before we had all these other great guys and girls as well. Let's not forget the ladies.
Definitely needed them.
Yeah, we said that AEW needs to establish their homegrown talent. At the time, you were still trying to build AEW on the back of Chris Jericho. You're trying to build AEW on the back of Mox. You're trying to build AEW on the back of Adam Cole. You're trying to build on the back of Bryan.
Well, before Cole, it was them in the Elite. That's what it was.
Well, but I'm talking about outside of like Kenny and the Young Bucks though, like everybody else is pretty much like just big WWE names.
Miro,
and Miro. Oh my God, bro. Okay, sorry, Miro. Don't mean this to get sidetracked. It, in the words of Corey Graves, is freaking egregious that you had a guy like Miro come in as the best man, one of the worst gimmicks I've ever seen in wrestling,
and somehow he got it over,
bro. Trying to be the Bulgarian Mr. Perfect, which is cool, whatever. And then he turned into the Redeemer. Bro, the Redeemer was the hottest shit on TV. Bro, okay, I love Darby Allin. My guy, cool. Cody Rhodes, hell of a TNT champion. Sammy Guevara, multi-time champion. I love that. Bro, Miro, my favorite reign as TNT champion stands. And the fact that you have nothing for this man, or y'all can't come to terms on some type of book for Miro, bro, you gotta be kidding me right now, dude. Like, I see the shit that they book on AEW, and a lot of it's good, but what's not good ain't good. Ain't no way you telling me you ain't got nothing for Miro. Sorry, that hurt my feelings right there. But even though I feel like, even though Miro is, from WWE and NXT, I feel like he was starting to become, in a way, another pillar of AEW, because he was a guy that you didn't see taking over the company. Like, that's a guy I feel like, bro.
We were waiting for him to be champion. We were waiting for him to fight. We're like, damn, who is Miro gonna beat for the AEW championship?
Like,
he about to beat somebody for this belt. And that
was
even before Bryan Danielson and them showed up.
And then just listening to his promos, like the Redeemer promos, bro, like I looked forward every week to see what he was gonna say, because I knew it was gonna end with his guy and his hot flexible wife. I knew it.
How is his guy? Like, how is you forsaking me and not allowing me to enjoy my beautiful, hot, sexy wife? Like, man, like, bro, that's what you. It's like you found a new way to be mad at God. Bro, I ain't never seen him be mad. Like, God is cop blocking, bro. God was cop blocking on a whole new level with this man.
like he would get me so interested in his promos. You know, he'd be talking, I must defeat Darby Allin, or my wife will make me sleep on the couch, and I will have to eat hot pockets for dinner. And he would be so upset about those hot pockets. Like, bro, like at least you got something, bro. like you were
Hell
so
no.
like, bro. I'm pretty sure
Oh shit.
God enjoys a decent hot pocket or two every now and again. You know,
Yeah, watching him sit on the couch eating them
you
because
know.
he is denying this man his love of his woman. Hey, I mean, and don't get me
Uh,
wrong, they were stupid.
yeah,
Sometimes they were stupid, bro. But it was like it was cool because it was cool because he backed up what he said.
yeah,
That was the thing. He was like, yeah, you kind of laughed at Meryl's promo sometimes,
yeah,
man, but you knew he would because he was so damn serious. And that
yeah,
was what it was the seriousness of what he was saying,
yeah.
and then going out there and then beating the shit out of dudes, and it's like now I must attend to my woman. So it's like especially when he was champion, because when he was champion,
Bro,
boy,
he was
she was laying
wild.
it she was laying it out all types of
Yeah.
ways. But when he lost that belt, man, oh my God, my man went on a drought. He hit a serious drought. He was
Oh,
not feeling it. He's like, why have you forsaken me? Why? 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 But no, man, but back to the thing, the four pillars. But
yeah,
and your point, man, being that we wanted to see
oh,
AEW
yeah,
produce stars. We wanted to see them take these guys that had never been to WWE and no
yeah,
one knew and make something out of them. And
absolutely.
a lot of them, you can't say that Adam Page hasn't gotten a bigger name. You can't say
Mhm.
the Four Pillars have got a bigger name. You can't say the Lucha Bros didn't get a bigger name. You can't
Yeah.
say Orange Cassidy didn't come out of this with a bigger name.
Mhm.
There are so many guys that have not really been there. Even Ricky Starks, he was a security guard in WWE. He was a sheriff who came out to arrest Roman Reigns. Uh, and now look at him, man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
doing the damn thing, man. So, bruh, outside of little, stuff like that, you
yeah,
have these people who had no wrestling career in
yeah.
these companies, and they got to AEW, and they've made something out of themselves, man. They're becoming household names again. When Halloween comes, you go see some AEW stars
Oh yeah.
get dressed up, and people dress up as AEW stars. So
Yes,
that
sir.
lets
Yes,
you
sir.
know that they got something in it there. And I think that this match is so important. And again, that's why I'm like, I'm putting, and we're going to get out of here, folks. That was your Rampage review. There was, nothing else. Not really a whole lot to talk about, but want to just kind of focus on the bigger picture. And
Right, right, right.
again, uh, you know, I think this is a huge thing that they're going to do, because I'm not sure if now Tony could mess our heads up and he can just give us one by one, but I think that's too long to do considering the pay. Now, well, maybe not, because well, no, you got Forbidden Door. I don't know if he's Forbidden Door may be something special. That may be something different, but you got too
Yeah.
much time in between your pay-per-views. So I think the best way to do this pillars kind of thing angle that you're doing right now, you
Hmm.
started it out with them coming out one by one and all being in the ring at the same time, telling Max that they want a title shot. Well,
Okay.
you give us the fatal four way. If
Right,
not, then you
right,
give
right.
us a one on one at certain points in time, which I don't think would be totally bad, but I think the fatal four way, it'll just be exciting. But again, it's
Hmm.
the future you're presenting to the world. This is the future of AEW. These are going to be the
Yeah.
guys that you're going to be seeing that's going to make you buy these tickets to put your butt in these seats and enjoy this product that we have. And they that's why I say they gotta be match of the night. They gotta steal the show. Sammy's gotta come on his A game.
Hmm.
Darby's gonna come on his psychotic A game. Jungle Boy's gonna swing from a vine and drop down on
Yeah.
somebody's head. And MJF is just going to be the arrogant snob son of a bitch that he's always been. And they're going to make a beautiful magic in this ring, because
Yeah.
one on one, we've seen these guys have good matches one on one. So that's not a problem. But to put all four of them, I think it puts a stake on the future of
Hmm.
AEW as far as the talent. Looking at like, all right, who are these guys that you telling us that they're the future stars in the wrestling business, not just AEW,
right.
but in the wrestling business. And this is one of those matches where they gotta knock it out the park.
No, absolutely. Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It feels good to sit here, man, and just get the people a good old hood report. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland style.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk to the people, man.
Yeah.
Look, we love talking, we love hanging out with y'all, but we gotta remind y'all every now and then, man. We got full-time jobs.
We do.
we gotta go to
Wives, kids, and
work.
everything.
Yeah, we gotta go to work, man. So we take our time with it, but now, but we appreciate it, y'all, man. We appreciate y'all always, just supporting, hanging out, liking, sharing, hanging out with us, whatever, whenever. We would appreciate any and everything y'all do, man. But no, tomorrow, Monday Night Block Party, we got to see what's going to come of Brock Lesnar. Cody called him out. So, we got to see if Brock's going to show up, make the match official for Backlash. And then, of course, see what else is going to happen, moving forward. Because obviously, we're going to probably get one or two kind of WrestleMania rematches, but obviously, they're going to set up a few new matches. So now, tomorrow, we're going to hit y'all with the Monday Night Block Party. And then we'll just go from there. But other than that, man, my bro, a guy, like I said, man, like you said, actually, it was fun just sitting here talking shit with the people, doing what we do best. I'm ready, man. I'm ready for Backlash, man. I'm just ready for the string of pay-per-views we got, because we got Backlash, we got Double or Nothing, then we got Forbidden Door, then it's gonna be
in June.
We got Forbidden Door in June, then we got Money in the Bank, and then we got SummerSlam. So we got a nice little lineup of pay-per-views and some action. And then of course your boys are gonna be coming up on our 4-year anniversary, man. My bad. We're gonna be coming up on our 4-year anniversary of the GOW. Is it 4 years? Yeah, 4 years. Yeah, what's AEW? Yeah, 4 years. I gotta keep up. But other than that, bro, give the people your final thoughts, man, and then send us on out of here, man.
Nah, first of all, Kevin, Leo, Fro, everybody else that tuned in. Again, thank you
Appreciate y'all,
guys
man.
so much for tuning in to another episode of Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, it's yours truly. I'm the 29-year-old piece of gold. Couldn't do it without my bro, King Two Code. And like he said, man, we coming to you live and direct tomorrow with a Monday Night Block Party. And as always, until then, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.